welcome to Behind the Music for Daily Hope. We're continuing through our Close Encounters series here at Victory, and our Old Testament story for this week is the story of Abraham and Sarah being told that finally, in their late 90s, they're going to have a baby. Now, that's a story that makes us laugh even now, isn't it? But it happened. God kept his promises to Abraham and to Sarah. They didn't have it happen maybe in the timeline that they had been planning on, but God's plans are not ours. And so that is a promise that we can cling to, whether we're waiting for a baby or something else, whether we're in our 90s or a different age, we can always claim God's promises and that he's going to bring it true in our lives. One of the hymns that we're going to be singing this week is Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus. And the last verse of this, verse 3, I thought fit so perfectly with this story of Abraham and Sarah. It says, "His word shall not fail you. He promised. Believe him, and all will be well." So there are those words. He promised. It may have been a long time ago, but when God promises, we know that it's going to come true. The refrain of this is just something that sticks in your head, and I hope it will for you also this week. Turn your eyes upon Jesus, look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. These words and the melody was written by a musician called Helen Lemmel. She was born in Britain. She came to the U.S. with her father, family. He was a pastor, and she became a pretty good musician, so much so that they decided to have her go to Germany. So she studied in Germany for several years to become a better singer. While she was there, she met her husband. They came back to the United States together, and they were going to be doing ministry for God, doing music and things. And then she got a disease that caused her to lose her eyesight. Her husband up and left because he didn't want to have to deal with an invalid wife. And so there she was now trying to chart a path without a husband, without being able to see, and still wanting to serve God with the musical talents that he had given her. She read a pamphlet by a missionary to Algeria, and she said she was instantly touched by this phrase that came from it. Turn full your soul's vision to Jesus and look at him, and a strange dimness will come over all that is apart from him. So she read those words that this missionary had written, and she said, suddenly, as if commanded to stop and listen, I stood still, and singing my soul and spirit was the chorus, with not one conscious moment of putting word to word to make rhyme or note to note to make melody. So she was definitely inspired to write this hymn, Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus. I'm going to play it for you now on the piano. I hope the words will be running through your heads. I hope you think about the promises that God has given to you. And I look forward to joining you this weekend in worship and also next week on Daily Hope. Thanks for tuning in.